Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me all right. Oh, something is going on here. We should be able to see the games pretty soon. Don't panic. Don't worry. How is everybody doing? How are you guys doing? Hello, hello. Hey, Abdallah. So we cannot see the games yet. Today we are having a look at the game of Matt and Anushka, which are currently playing in this event right here, Sunway Sitges International Festival. And this is my first time commentating something, so it should be interesting. Hopefully, okay, I can see that we have a camera now. We're still waiting for Matt's camera. That should come up soon, hopefully. In the meantime, let me see if we can get the games going here. So I see that the event has started a live stream here. But this guy here doesn't have the boards either, whoever he is. So I suppose we need to wait for a little bit. I am all good, Abdullah, thank you. I think I can only see the chat from YouTube. Can anybody from Twitch send a message? From either Anushka's channel or Matthew? Ah, there it is. Some Twitch comments. It is Pietro indeed. How are you guys doing? Love from India, thank you. Love from the UK. Why is someone typing sends message? Oh, someone else is from India here. Howdy, howdy. Okay, there is some action going on here on the screen. Oh, look at that. Look how beautiful the place where they are is. Who is Pietro? Well, that is a great question. I am Pietro. I am a content creator. Wait, actually, I should probably add my name somewhere here. Let me try that. Let's add the text. Oh wow, that's pretty big. I'm gonna change that in a second. Ooh, I can't. Let me change the color to maybe red, something like that. It seems a little bit. Oh geez Louise, that's kind of ugly. Yeah, let's do an outline maybe. That will have to do it, so everybody knows who is commentating. Okay. All right. I'm Pietro Checkmate, and if you don't know who I am, shame on you. I see duplicates from Twitch chats. I guess you see comments from both chats on the overlay. Ah, I suppose so. How do I fix that? You are a Pietro and a Checkmate? Yes. Shame on me. Wow, that text is very ugly, how I wrote my name. Dear God. But it'll have to do. It'll have to do. Okay, let me just try again to look for the games. Maybe they started. Although, I mean, we can't see the SRT anyway, which would be the live feed. So I think these are the old games. These are the previous rounds. This is round 4, yes, exactly. So from what I gathered, Wait, why is this guy able to follow the game? Oh no, okay, he's looking at the old games. Fine, let's wait a little bit longer. They're supposed to start very soon. I mean, they were supposed to have already started. So we'll see. Anyway, I was saying, Anushka apparently has not won a game yet, unfortunately. She wasn't very lucky with her first 3 rounds, while Matt has won 2 out of 3 games. So this is going to be round 4, and he's against a 1900, if I remember correctly. How do I avoid the duplicates in the chat? It's kind of annoying. She got a free win in round 2. Oh, really? Oh, so she did win a game. I need to check my info. Ah, I see. Okay, it was a forfeit win. Good to know. Sorry for that then. My apologies for the misinformation. Oh, wow. Look at that sunset. Beautiful. Imagine playing in a venue like that, guys. And I'm here in my little bedroom. 1 point buy easy. Yeah, 1 point buys are maybe too generous sometimes. I suppose if your opponent doesn't show up, it makes sense that you get the point if you showed up. If you get a buy and it's a full point, it's a little bit... Hey, Katyan, how are you doing? Ankit. Katyan Ankit? Yes, you have 2 ans. Katyan Ankit. I'm doing alright, how are you doing, man? Oh, I see you've changed your profile picture. That looks very professional. Okay, so I guess we're just gonna have to wait for a little bit. See if these games come up anytime soon. Something is going on because on the official page of the tournament there is this guy streaming. So I imagine they are about to start. But then again, we can't see the games yet. What if I refresh the page? Let's try that. We are refreshing. No active games still. Yep. This guy is called the Chess Doctors, apparently. All right. I don't know if I'm allowed to show his face here, so I'm just gonna keep him out. Hey, yo, PT Death. When do you actually stream? It's random. I mean, today I'm streaming because I'm commentating, but generally is like whenever I have time, I suppose, which is not very often. But from January, I am planning to go back to streaming more consistently. That should be nice. PTDS is saying 1v1 me, if I win I donate. I'm not playing games, I'm commentating. You can still donate if you want though. I'll take that. But no, I can't play, because if I play, chess.com is going to think that I'm cheating, since I have two windows open at the same time. I have this one with all the games, and then I would be playing against you. PT, don't spam. Don't want to have to time you out, man. No active games. Okay, what if I try to reopen the link maybe? Okay, I'm gonna copy it from here. Let's try to open another window. Now I can't even see the... Okay, there they are, games. Oh, we got the live feed of Matt. Nice. Okay, let me adjust that. Oh wow, those are some nice chessboards. Okay. Just 1 second, guys. Don't panic. I think that my computer is panicking a little bit for all of the live feeds that I have. So let's make this smaller. I should probably close some windows. Let me put this lower and lower. Okay. Legend. And he looked at us. Guys, Matt looked at us. And there's Anushka. Oh my god, we're getting them. We see them. We see the light. Oh my god, my OBS is lagging so much, you can't understand. Okay, let me close a few things. Okay, I don't need Instagram open. I don't need this open. Do I need this open? I guess I don't. But let's not risk it. Guys, how's my cam? Am I lagging or am I fine? I need a better connection. Okay, let me try to adjust Matt's cam a little bit because it looks very ugly, I guess. We do have a lot of stuff going on, so that's quite understandable. Poor computer. Okay, close the window now. That should be a little bit better, hopefully. Oh my god, what is going on here? So bad. Okay, guys, is that a little bit better? I think it should be a little bit better. I closed the window. Oh, but like this... Oh, we have the chess nerd. Look at that. Hey, Zachary, what are you doing, man? Stream bombing like that. I guess we're gonna have to commentate his game too. I think that Matt's cam is not very well positioned. We can't see the full board. Okay, I guess it'll have to be something like this. Otherwise we can't see him and the opponent. Okay. For Anushka, we can see her. The opponent is not at the board yet. Sweet Blues says, I think okay now. Okay, good. Audio okay, video okay, everything good? Can we hear their audio. Can you guys hear the audio from Blood Queen? Opponent doing the Magnus. I guess so. Oh, the games are starting. The games are starting. Can we get the boards, please? Do we get the boards? Oh, we got the boards. Okay. Let's go. We need to find Matt. Where is he? Okay, we got Anushka here. She played d4. Very good. And then on this one, we're gonna get Matt. It might be lagging a little bit. Don't worry, it's all gonna be good in a little bit. So let's go active games. Matt, where are you? Where are you? Wait, why are these all of the games I see? Only active games. Where is... Oh, there is! Matt! Nice. Wait. Matt's opponent played e4. When? I missed that. I didn't see him. Oh, and he goes for the French defense. e6. Okay. Now we should be good to go. Okay. So Anushka on her board with d4. 100% accuracy for now. Perfect. Still in preparation. And she's waiting for her opponent. While Matt... Oh, okay. Oh... We got a winner. I think that's what it's called, right? So they went e4, e6, French defense. The opponent probably played d4, d5, and then bishop b4 is the winner. Now we have an exchange in the center. They're both playing pretty quickly. This is all preparation, so it makes sense. Oh, we can see a little bit of the opponent. Look at that. Okay, let me see if I can fit him fully in the screen. Oh, the opponent played a move. Oh, I think I'm not lagging. Can you confirm? Am I smooth? Oh no. Now I'm lagging. Oh no. Okay, never mind. Forget about it. Okay. Alright, actually, let's flip this board, if I can, because we're looking at Matt's game. There. So the opponent goes bishop d3. Now, even in my days playing the French, I never played the winner. So I don't know what the theory is here. So just to go back a little bit on the moves, if we can. Oh, wrong keyboard. So here's what happened so far. e4, e6, d4, d5, French defense, all standard. Knight c3, and what I used to play when I was playing the French was knight f6 here. And then in those lines, something like this usually happens. The knight drops back this way, and then maybe there's some more development, and we go with c5 and attack. And this is just a completely different French defense, right? So let's go back to the game. Now, with the winner, the idea, I believe, is that we are threatening to trade off this knight and damage the pawn structure. Although, whenever we do that, there is going to be the c4 push that mines the d5 pawn. So black wants to be careful with how they do this. At least that would be my guess, not knowing a winner, like not being a winner player. Matt says free win in the French exchange for black. You know what? The exchange variation of the French is very good for black. That like I can confirm that. All right, so after some thought, he goes knight f6. Okay, I would imagine that he is still in his preparation. Oh, let me just adjust the screen a little bit here. Okay, I see what's happening. So with Anushka's game, we are perfectly within the limits, but for some reason, with this game, we aren't. Well, that's kind of annoying. That is kind of annoying. Opponent instantly goes knight ge2. Logical. So, okay, since we don't have Anushka playing yet, I'm going to adjust the screen to fit better Matt's game. Let's do that. All right. That will do. That's more like it. Sweet. So we can also see the clock. Good stuff, Pietro. Good stuff. Okay. Anushka still waiting for an opponent. Oh no, wait, this is not fixed. There we go. Oh, we got an opponent. I think we got an opponent for Anushka. We got an opponent. Perfect. Yeah, but now her board is a little bit shifted. I think we can live with that. This is the best I can do to have both games on the screen, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. The opponent sits down. He adjusts the pieces. Opponent is adjusting after showing up 8 minutes late to the game. He's definitely pulling a Magnus here. Damn. That's mad. And he replies with d5. So we have a regular standard queen's pawn opening. Nothing too crazy so far. And Anushka, oh, is she going for the queen's gambit? And the opponent instantly goes for the Slav defense. Interesting. Okay. I suppose she has a preparation for this. So we see knight f3, knight f6. Now, I am a London player, so when I play d4, I play to move the bishop to f4. Bishop to g4 by the opponent. Okay, I suppose this is all prep. Bishop g2. I think she's playing a Catalan, someone says. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now this is a Catalan, for sure. I mean, does chess.com tell me? No, it's not telling me here. Anushka's opponent's rating is 1451 and hers is 1669. So she should have some pretty good chances. Okay, and while she's thinking, let's have a quick look at Matt and what he's doing. Okay, he played knight c6 and he's having a think now. The top engine move here for white is a3. That's kind of crazy. Wait, can I see some more lines here? If I go on analysis. Oh, here. No, like this I expand this line. Okay, never mind. Let's just keep looking at the situation. By the way, Matt's opponent has played at 100% accuracy so far, according to the engine, and Matt is down to a 98. Which is still, like, I mean, it's irrelevant at this point of the game, but I thought it was interesting. And the opponent goes knight to g5, and his accuracy drops to 98.9. Ooh. Spicy. Okay, in the meantime, in Anushka's game, we see e6 on the board by the opponent, which is still using close to no time, although he has lost a lot of time by showing up late to the game. And she snaps knight b to d2. Okay, wow. That's quite surprising. Again, the video is still extremely laggy. Sorry about that, guys. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure why. It might be just my connection, to be fair. I have a lot of windows open, and I have to have them open for the commentary. I tried to turn off as many things as I could. Let me try to have another look, okay? Okay, I closed another window that hopefully is going to make the load a little bit easier. Okay. Now, so knight b to d2 surprises me because this, of course, closes the bishop in. The bishop can't come out. And I mean, black is just super solid here. And I'm trying to figure out what the plan with knight to b2 is. Knight to d2 is. She castles. It still looks like she's in prep. She's not thinking about any of her moves. I suppose that black wants to be able to recapture here with a knight, although I don't necessarily see the relevance of that. I suppose we're trying to prevent e5. Right, that makes sense, because bishop takes, e5 might be annoying, supported by the knight, while if we can capture back with a knight, that's never happening. Let's go back to Matt, and let's look at how he's doing. Okay, so we had a few more moves. Let's go back just to figure out what happened. So he went bishop e6. Huh. Okay, so the engine wants h6, which seems to make sense. And I'm wondering why he wouldn't just castle here. Let's say castles. Okay, yeah, castles is fine, and then white can follow with castles. Instead, he goes bishop to e6. Maybe he's trying to overprotect the pawn, although the pawn was not under any pressure. This knight is pinned, and the queen is defending the pawn anyway. Although, I see his point. I think I see his point. So, let's say castles, bishop takes, queen takes, and he was worried that this pawn was blunt. So let's say castles by white, and now you're basically either forcing black's hand to capture this knight to avoid losing this pawn, or you have to play bishop to e6 now. But this is liked better by the engine. Instead, he goes bishop e6 right away, castles, castles. Okay. Somebody says, my ADHD would never allow me to play 90-minute chess matches. I disagree. I think your ADHD would love you for um, for allowing yourself to play a 90-minute game. Because think about this: every second of that game you're thinking about something, like you're running through lines, you're jumping through different possibilities, you're looking at what happens after castles, taking, moving the knight here, moving the knight there, running back the lines, calculating, maybe you look at a sacrifice. So for 90 minutes straight you're so overloaded that maybe your ADHD would be a superpower in that situation. I don't know, I think it's worth giving it a go. Bro Pietro, I have been following you for like a month. This is the first time I have seen you live. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you get to see me live, man. I'm sorry, I have not been streaming consistently. Oh no, I'm lagging again. Caliber says, I'm so bad at over the board. Well, everybody has their own thing. Whoa, what is going in Anushka's game? Look at that. We have b3 on the board. And the position is equal. Wait. So what happened? Castles, bishop e7, and b3. Okay, so b3, I suppose, is trying to prepare to recapture here with a pawn and to develop the bishop to b2. I don't know if this is still preparation from her, but what I do know is that the engine thinks that this is already equal for black. Which, I mean, might be too generous. The engine is saying h6 is the way to equalize. And basically, I suppose it's hard for white to do anything. Here in castles is knight f4 move. And I suppose that's the drawback of going bishop to e6 right away. Castles, castles, and knight to f4. Very good move. It seems like the opponent is very comfortable in these positions. Oh, we've seen a camera change for both players. Interesting. I'm not controlling that, so if you see the cameras changing all of a sudden, that's not me, guys. Okay, Matt is having a long thing here. The issue with this position, guys, is that we don't want to lose this bishop. The light square bishop in the French defense is usually named the bad bishop, right? But that's because in the French you usually have pawns here, you have a pawn chain, and this light square bishop is closed inside the pawn chain. In this situation, we have the bishop out and open. This is a valuable bishop now. And if anything, if we do want to trade this bishop, we want to trade it for this other light square bishop, which is very strong for white. So giving away that light square bishop for a knight is not good. Is not good. That's what the engine wants now, though. The engine wants to go bishop e7 and claim, okay, listen, let's leave the bishop there. And I'm wondering, after knight takes and pawn takes... Okay, so it's too soon to take, I suppose. Maybe the engine is scared about a pawn break? I mean, we are opening up the rook. It's double-edged. It's double-edged for sure. But bishops are better than knights, objectively, in most situations. And it is a shame to lose a bishop for a knight so soon. So I wonder if Matt is already out of prep. I guess he is. He's thinking and... yeah. Let's go over to Anushka. Okay, b3 is still the last move played. The opponent is starting to have his first thing of the game. Your shorts are very informative, even if your shorts are over 2 minutes. It feels like it's a very short... It wants weird things, I suppose so, but they also make a lot of sense. I'm starting to notice that I lag whenever I open the chat, so I'm just gonna leave the chat to the side for now. Yeah, look at that. Now I'm not lagging anymore. You know what? Let me try this. I am going to expand here a little bit. I mean, you guys cannot see what I'm doing, but that should help a little bit. Engine knows there are no grandmasters. Damn, the computer is really struggling with all of these feed. Oh wow, Anushka's opponent plays h6 indeed. That was the only move to equalize. Or it was at least the best move. That's crazy. h6 is kind of counterintuitive to me. Because the only possible purpose that I see is like trying to stop some knight g5. Why would we ever 5, right? I really don't understand h6, guys. Help me out here. My memory is terrible, man. It's completely cluttered with chess preparation. Alright, so in the meantime, for Anushka we see bishop to b2 and castles. All very standard, all very logical. Let's go over to Matt. He is still thinking about knight f4, and he's starting to already use a little bit of time. Although guys, keep in mind, these are classical games with 30 seconds of increment. So I've seen so many games where somebody is down 40 minutes on the clock, 50 minutes, an hour, and they win the game. Because as long as you have just enough time to make your moves and you manage to get a good enough position, you're still well within your chances to win. Oh, and Anushka's opponent is taking a walk. So, okay. Let's try to have a look at these positions. Anushka's opponent is taking a walk. Oh, I just thought of something. Maybe the engine analysis is slowing things down. So I'm just trying to turn that off now. And see if it helps for a little bit. Okay? Let's look at this without the engine for a little bit. So, what is Anushka's plan? Well, first of all, she doesn't necessarily have a plan already. We are in the opening. I don't play the Catalan, so I'm not 100% sure what we're trying to achieve. But instinctively speaking, I would be looking to bring a rook to c1, possibly a rook to e1, and somehow achieve either this pawn break or start a queenside storm. The diamond of Anushka's position is going to be this bishop. And that is why this pawn chain, blunting it out, is so annoying. So if she can somehow mine these pawns, this bishop is going to become a beast. Now, I don't see what the engine suggests in this position, but I would be very tempted to play something like knight to e5 as a London player. Knight to e5 is very typical. First of all, we are targeting the bishop here on g4. By the way, let me know if the lag is better. I turned off the engine. No, Abdallah, I was talking about like in general, classical games. I am never, so over the board I'm always up on time. If you followed some of the live streams of my games in Rome, I was always up on time, like every single game. I don't think in any game I was down on time. Maybe one, now that I think about it. So, but for online games and while live streaming, I do tend to be low on time, yeah. So anyway, I was saying 95. 95 attacks the bishop, so we are inviting this trade. And if we trade, we push this knight back. And then, I suppose, well, we can't play knight to f3 because here with the bishop. So he's giving away his first bishop. And his opponent has an opportunity to take both bishops. Better for the lag? I hope so. I still see it lagging from here. It's very annoying. Fiddlesticks. Okay, now it's giving me 0 dropped frames. What if I go on settings? Yeah, no, I can't. I don't know, guys. I don't know how to use OBS well enough. My apologies. We're gonna have to survive. I've never understood FIDE ratings and how to get one. Well, you just have to play a FIDE rated tournament. As long as you participate in a FIDE rated tournament and you play 5 games, you're gonna get your FIDE rating. Okay, let's turn the analysis back on because it does. I'm looking at a way that I can fix the lag online. Not clear at all. Definitely not clear. Bear with me for a second. It doesn't seem like my computer is struggling because it's not even hot. It really is a matter of connection here. Okay. Is this any better? Comes and goes. Let me try something else. Okay, guys, I've done the best I could with my connection. Abdallah says it is better, but it still feels like the live is running on 15 frames per second. We'll have to do with that. I see myself smoother now. I've lowered the bit rate, and hopefully that's better. I definitely see myself smoother. Do you? Okay, let me just see what happened in the games in the meantime. We do see rook e1 on the board for Anushka. This is the move that I was talking about earlier. One of the moves. Bro, I'm so bad at chess. Why is this worse? What the hell is going on? I guess the engine wants to keep the tension somehow. Brother, I'm so bad at chess. So okay, pawn takes. And now the engine wants queen d6. Queen d6. Queen d6. Are you serious? Oh, I suppose white cannot take here because queen takes knight. But wait a second. What if knight takes now? We can't take with a pawn now. We can? Oh my. Okay, yeah, because the rook covers. Right, so the engine wants to leave that there. But this is a tactical protection, guys. Do you ever play your viewers, Pietro? Yes, when I'm live streaming, like right. Just think of every move before playing it and play long time controls so that you can go always look for forcing moves for yourself and your opponent. Yeah, I do. I really like classical because you actually dive very deep into a game and you get the chance to think about pretty much everything before it happens. Now, this is kind of annoying. The accuracy of Matt is dropped to a 90% compared to the opponent's almost perfect 99 here. For Anushka, we saw rook e1 and a5. Oh no, we also... Wait, I missed a couple of moves here. So we had bishop b2, castles, and h3. Interesting. So she doesn't want the bishop to stay there anymore. The engine did indeed want knight e5 here. Kind of a little bit more active, I suppose. h3, it's a fine move. I guess the engine's argument is that it kind of weakens somehow the king. You know, every pawn that is pushed can never be taken back. But at the same time, you know, we're gonna go king h2. After rook e1 and something like trying to push this pawn, white should be fine. Yeah, rook e1, and the opponent goes a5, so he's unafraid. He starts his own attack here. Oh, we're seeing some moves on Matt's game. I definitely saw some moves happen there. Wait. Is the board failing us? Please no. I can't see the full board of Matt. So the board can't fail us. It can't. Oh, okay. Yeah. 90. Wait, you were saying 91 f3 and e4. Well, definitely not now though. Maybe you were talking about that earlier. 91 f3 and e4. You know what? I kind of like it. Very bold. Why is that a mistake for Matt? So I believe that this is a mistake because this was a very important bishop in the position. And first of all, like now this bishop is uncontested for the rest of the game. White is the only one with a dark square bishop. This knight is ready to trade off for this other bishop anytime soon. Although the engine doesn't like that for some reasons. I suppose the argument is that this bishop is a glorified pawn, while this knight is a very active knight. And also by taking on c3, you're giving the opponent c4 in the future. And white is going to be the only one with pawns in the center. Of course, c4 is not really possible right now, but it very well might be in the future. So actually, let me just give you an example line. Let's say, I don't know. Let's say a random move by black. Wow, knight h5 is crushing here. Yeah, we're just winning this. Okay, but just to demonstrate my idea, c4. Okay, d takes c4. Wait, am I blundering something? Takes, bishop takes, and this is tactically protected. Is it not? It's not. Forget what I said. Let's go back. Let's see what is actually going on in the game. Guys, I think the board has abandoned us. That's kind of annoying. Is the board not updating the moves anymore? Let's try to figure out what is going on. Matt's feed is too small to tell. Let me try to make it bigger. So I'm gonna bring it forward. Oh, okay. There has. Wait, let me just try to fix the position, and then I'll remove the camera. Here, something like this happened. I'm missing a move somewhere here. Okay, I think I got it. One more second. Okay, right. Let me just fix that. Oh no, what have I done? Okay. We're good. I think this is the position on Matt's board. Unfortunately, the DGT is not recording the moves anymore for some reason. What has happened, my guess, is this. Let me show you. I think the opponent has had my same idea of, oh, I'm gonna get both of the bishops, takes and takes. Then he recaptured here, and Matt has decided to push e5. So we're back. And now the opponent has played rook b1. He's looking at this. I think that Matt can simply throw e4 in here and attack the bishop. And I see now that it is indeed the best move playing chances. Okay, Anushka's game is still live, luckily. So we got that a5, and she did indeed go 95. But now 95 comes with less of a sting, guys, because the bishop is not on g4 anymore. So the knight is not pressuring that bishop, which is probably the reason why h3 was unnecessary. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna check if the Wi-Fi is fine, because this is very annoying how laggy it is. Okay. I turned off some Wi-Fi devices, so hopefully we're going to gain a little bit of connection. Yeah, my phone is not connected. Let's see what you guys are saying. I heard a quote from a chess master. In chess, there is no winning, only practice. That's quite nice. I've never heard it. Can you guys warn me if it looks like Matt or his opponent have played any moves? Because we'll have to follow manually, unfortunately. The board is still very much asleep. The clocks are following, but not the board. It seems like Matt didn't take the knight with the bishop. No, he did. I checked. We can't even see the clock on Matt's board, so we don't know if he has played a move in the meantime. It doesn't look like he has. I still see a knight on f6 and I don't see 6. The 2 pawns in the center. So I think that he's thinking about takes, bishop h7, king takes, and queen takes knight. This would be quite nice for white. Now the king is very exposed. This pin is still very much alive. The pawn is still hanging. The engine here wants b6, allowing the queen to come to here, which apparently is not even a good move, which is wild. I mean, the activity for white seems amazing here. Instead, the engine wants rook b1. Okay, rook b1. But let's go back to our position, which is this. I saw an ad you did for a chessboard with self-moving pieces. Yes. That's quite a cool board, guys. Robotic chessboard. Anushka's opponent still having a deep think here. Are there any chess books you would recommend for reading? By Garry Kasparov. That's on my reading list. Yeah. That we still have the right position for Anushka, but it looks like we do. What about Matt? What do you want to recommend to me for keep improving even if there are lower rated players than you near you and you may lose rating just by drawing them? Well, don't draw lower rated opponents. That's a pretty simple advice. Okay, let's go back to Matt. I think we're waiting for a move on both boards. We're not seeing any moves being played. Now, as a reminder, Matt's dilemma here is whether to push this pawn and enter something that looks like this, b6, f3, and then deciding if this position is good enough for black, which it probably is. You have to find 97 here though, and trying to go to the, maybe now this is an option. Knight takes c3. Wow, okay, so that knight there is a beast. That knight there is a beast, and that's the whole idea of going knight to e7. You're breaking the pin of the bishop. Now, I do wonder if we can do that with something like queen to d6. Rook takes, f takes c4, rook takes f1, queen takes. Okay, this is better for white. But then can't they do that anyway when we go here? Takes, rook takes. How is this better? Wait, not rook takes? You want g takes? Whoa, okay, okay. I don't think Matt will go for this. This looks very dangerous. This looks very dangerous. You do have 2 pawns in the center, which is, I guess, what the engine is arguing for. But the king is so exposed. What goes in black's favor is that it's pretty hard to attack this king. So let's say like a bishop check, we can simply go to the corner, king h8, and we are on a dark square and a dark diagonal, and there are no dark square bishops anymore. So this is what the engine wants Matt to go for. Oh, Matt is getting up, so he probably played a move here. Although I can't see it. Oh my goodness. What has he played? Do we have the wrong position? Oh, I think I see it. He has played queen to c8. Queen to c8. So he's defending the pawn with the queen. This is not optimal. The queen has bigger problems. Now the engine loves bishop takes. I assume rook takes. Okay. I mean, it's hard to see why this is not good. So queen h5, it's threatening mate in 1. You can go rook h6, and this looks very active. Queen g5. Can we not just... Oh no, we can't go to g6 because of the bishop. I mean, this looks pretty good for black, I'm not gonna lie. Can't we just block the bishop out? What am I blundering here? Oh, this is check. This is check, so we can't do that quite yet, which is why the engine wants to go queen e6. But now we have rook takes b7, and we lose that pawn. So this is not optimal for Matt. Queen to c8. And your opponent is probably thinking about how to punish this. Okay, let's shift to Anushka and see if anything happened. Okay, wow, the opponent is really having a deep think here. So the engine wants rook e8 here. Rook e8 is basically just waiting around, improving the pieces and not trying to make anything happen. This knight is not a massive problem. You know, takes, we can simply take back with the queen. Anushka doesn't want to trade that, so that's fine. And knight e4. This is what the engine wants. If f4. Instead, let's see, if she plays the best move, which is bishop to c3, very tricky move to play, because you would feel like the bishop on b2 is already on an optimal square, and going to c3, it is not really clear what we're trying to achieve, at least not to me. Oh wow, that's very interesting, something in Russian. So you're claiming that during a tournament in your school, your opponent added a pawn to the board. While you weren't looking, I assume. You realized, because of course, who wouldn't? But you couldn't prove it. Were you guys not writing the moves down? And Chess Face Player says, happens to all of us. No, it doesn't. That's cheating. You can't cheat. So Anushka's position is still very, very dubious. Like, It's not clear at all to me what the opponent should go for. As I said, rook e8 is the engine's choice, but he's probably thinking about all kinds of pawn breaks and captures, like taking here, pushing here, pushing here, pushing here, moving this bishop, capturing this knight. There are so many options, even like retreating the bishop, or moving this rook indeed, developing the queen. All of these are options for black guys. So it makes sense that, or even rook c8 is an option, with moves and lines that you might not consider necessarily the best one. This live is so much. This is all I can do, I'm sorry. I'm really not sure what else I can do. I lowered the bit rate. I can try to lower it further, but I mean, let's try it. I thought for a second that someone resigned. I was very confused. But no. The opponent has played something. We need to figure out what they played. We need to find out what they played. So let's do that. The opponent in this position after queen to c8 goes f3. So he's preparing to stop e4. He's preventing e4 rather than allowing it and then undermining it. But this allows now Matt to take in the center. Takes, and knight takes d4 is the best move according to the engine. Oh, sorry, you guys can see the board. Let me just fix that. Okay. This should be all good now. Oh, no, not yet. There. So, okay, this is what happened. After Matt went queen c8, the opponent went f3. f3 here. f3, and the plan of the opponent is to prevent e4. We have possibly f takes e4, e takes e4, d takes e4, and now bishop c4 check, king moves, bishop takes, and this is just a very bad conversion for black. If we take with the rook, the rook takes. If we take with the pawn, now all of these are targets. Although it looks pretty similar to that position that we looked at previously, that the engine claimed that was absolutely fine. The only difference being that this queen is on c8 rather than d8. Actually, I don't remember where the queen was in that line. But this is pretty much the same thing. Apparently now white is faster. Queen h5, and white is winning. There are simply too many targets and scattered thing in the white position. So let's go back. The opponent's best move was to go for that line that we looked at. Bishop takes. It was rook takes. I don't remember how it continued. Yes, queen h5. That was the best option. Let's go over to Anushka. Maybe the opponent has played something. Still thinking. Damn, and he's now 21 minutes down on the clock. 21 minutes down on the clock. Oh, wow, look at that sky. Beautiful. Hopefully the stream is a bit better, guys. I lowered the bit rate yet again. And I'm hoping that it holds. I can see myself smoothly now, but I know that it's going to be back to lagging very likely. So again, no moves on Anushka's side. And Matt is having a think after f3. f3 is imprecise by the opponent, because now Matt is not obligated to go e4. As a matter of fact, he should not go e4. Someone says it got good. Pietro, do you have any favorite GMs? I have some GMs that I like seeing play more than others, I suppose. I really like Richard Rapport's style. He's a modern day romantic player, bold sacrifices, and complicated tactics. He's kind of a Mikhail Tal of the modern day and age. So definitely Rapport, one that I enjoy looking. Nodirbeck, which I recently got to play against. Nodirbeck is a very attacking player. Again, very dynamic, super tactical, and positional, and everything. I mean, he's a super grandmaster, so it doesn't really matter whether he's positional or tactical. He plays everything perfectly. Okay, it seems like the stream is a little bit less laggy now. Good to see. You got spicy chess personality, Pietro. What do you mean? In what way? So what has happened with Matt's game? Do we see anything else? Any other move on the board? I don't think we do. Okay, let me just promote the analysis so that I can find it if we miss it. Oh, I can't promote the analysis. Good to know. Okay, let's go back to the moves. Still stuck on this bishop capture. These damn DGTs. Never one time that they work. Not one time. Analysis, let's go back to our f3. Anushka? Oh, the opponent in the position here. This seems like a free pawn. It really isn't. Taking would be very weakening for white. The engine here wants bishop b4. Not really trying to capture the pawn back. The thing is, this pawn can never be pushed. It's a walk-in target for the future. Something like this, a3 to kick the bishop. And now bishop a5 is the engine's choice. So we have this as the preferred option for the engine, just kind of creating this pin that will force either the rook to move away or to somehow remove this bishop before we can do anything. I think that Matt has not played a move yet after f3. I still see all of the pieces in the same position. Isn't the doubled pawns on the a file a weakness? Yes. That's what I was saying. So taking is bad. So, well, what does white do? White will play, for example, a move like knight to f3, right? And let's say that the pawn takes. Right, the engine wants to take with the queen. That was my question. Like, do we take with the pawn or with the queen? Let's say pawn takes. And now apparently knight takes e5 is strong. Which is surprising to me, because surely we take back with the knight and we're fine. But apparently queen b6 and all of a sudden white has targets. Can we not just trade the rooks? Well, I suppose if we trade the rooks, now we're helping black activate. Okay. So, by the way, how is knight f3 a blunder? Please enlighten me. Because of bishop b4. Oh, and it's forcing the rook to move. Rook f1. So this is so bad for white that this is -2. Just because the rook got forced to move. So the engine here wants bishop c3 once again. The engine is really scared about bishop b4. Just really scared about bishop b4. And this apparently is equal. Now, if a takes, we want a takes. Does queen b6 still work? Now we have knight takes d7, knight takes d7, and c5 apparently. Is there something like this? If we take here, black takes here and they're up a rook. Well, no, they're not up a rook because we're going to take this one. But positionally speaking, this is awful. The pawns are split and there are targets. Tricky stuff. Tricky stuff. Anushka having a think, rightfully so. This is a complicated position and she's up on time. Let's have a look if Matt played anything. Again, it doesn't seem like it. He's still thinking about what to do here. The engine wants h6. The engine wants to see h6 on the board, followed by bishop h4, and the bishop can reroute this way. We don't want to chase this bishop. That would be weakening the king way too much. But here, black should go e takes d4, c takes d4, and again knight takes d4. And this time there's no pawn that can be won by the bishop sacrifice. So black actually just wins a pawn here, but somehow this is not even that good for black. Knight f5. I guess the bishops are just beasts. Bishop f2, and the engine prefers white, despite black being up a pawn. So let's go back. h6 is what the engine wants. Otherwise, there's also e takes d4, c takes d4, and again knight takes d4 without the inclusion of h6. And my doubt is, isn't this just good? I see. No, this isn't good because of knight takes h7, attacking the bishop. So what about the inclusion of bishop takes, rook takes, and now bishop takes h7? Yes, this is the way to go about it. And queen takes. Material is equal. Black is definitely more exposed. And white is better here. For the engine, only slightly better. From a human standpoint, I would say definitely better. So let's go back to that position after f3. Anushka still having her deep thought here. Trying to adjust the board placement here. Okay, that'll do. Oops. Let's go back to, where is it now? Well, let's do it manually. So queen here, f3. Oh, we're seeing moves. We are seeing moves. What did they play? The knights are still in the same position. Queen and rook are in the same position. Oh, the pawns have been traded. Okay, so he played the best thing. E takes, c takes, and now he took in the center. Nice. So he's going for the best line. This is still better for white, nonetheless. This is still better for white. But this was the right way to punish f3. Because f3 was a move that was trying to stop something that Matt was under no obligation to play. What are you guys talking about in the chat? I see somebody saying Sicilian, Italian. Are you talking about your preferred opening? Because for me, you should know what it is. Let's see who knows that. Okay. No, it seemed like that's not what you guys were doing. Let's go over to Anushka. She still hasn't played a move. She's having a think, getting a little bit more even on the clock. Now, we were considering some options here. The engine really wants bishop c3. And I wonder what else she's considering, honestly. Maybe some rook c1? Is rook c1 a thing here? Wow. Okay, so a takes. And rook a2 is problematic. Look at that. We allowed the rook in the house. Bishop c3. Knight takes c5. I really don't understand these structures, I guess. Black is just better here. d4. I'm starting to get it. So we can't allow that. We have to keep the rook on the a square. What other options do we have? Is g4 a thing? Kind of. Bishop h7. Knight takes d. And queen takes d. And now b takes a4 apparently is not as horrible. The engine still wants bishop b4. The issue with bishop b4, guys, is that it's not easy to kick it out. You can't move the queen to b3 because you hang your knight. You can't attack this bishop with your bishop. You can't move the knight because you hang the rook. It's a very annoying move. And in many lines, bishop b4 happens. So Anushka really has to be careful about that. In the meantime, Matt has taken a pawn. Oh, Anushka has played something. It seems like she took something. Wait. Oh, she took the knight on d7. Ooh. She took the knight. That's quite the bold choice. Now the engine wants queen takes. But knight takes, I don't think is horrible. I mean, maybe it is. Knight takes d7 allows e4. Yeah. So the knight has to stay on f6. She's inviting the queen to take on d7. And now the engine yet again wants bishop c3, stopping bishop b4. So with the inclusion of trading off the knights, this is slightly better for black rather than bishop c3 right away. This knight here is very active, and it was never really threatening to be taken, I suppose. Although after this, don't we still have d4? Oh no, because we're attacking the knight here. Okay. Right, let's go back to the moves. And let's try to see what is happening in Matt's game. The opponent has played a move because he's not at the board. But what has he played? Oh my goodness, we can't see the board. Oh, he has taken the knight. He has taken the knight. Okay. Opponent goes for taking this knight. Nice, we love to see that. That bishop was his pride and joy, and now he's trading it off. You guys are still talking about openings. Aye. Focus on the game. You're so distracted. Oh, wow. Somebody's saying that they have 73% win rate with the King's Indian defense. Good for you, man. What elo is that? In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm about to eat a fruit. Now here Matt is considering whether to take with the pawn or with the rook. Sorry for the silence, guys. I'm just eating a little bit. Ah, there you go. I had a cheeky snack. Okay, so the opponent is still thinking about how to recapture the knight here, apparently. That surprises me, because taking with the knight is very obviously bad. So you have to take with the queen. Taking with the knight is horrible here. You simply allow e4. No questions asked. Like, if you move your bishop away, e takes d5, e takes d5, or c takes d5, I suppose. C takes d5, we simply lose a pawn in the center. You can then maybe move your knight and attack this bishop, I suppose. The engine still wants bishop b4. If you do this, bishop takes b7. This is horrible for black. So you cannot take with the knight. You cannot. And if you take here, you're helping open up the light square bishop. The knight is going to take. You never want to trade that knight for the bishop. A takes, A takes. I believe even queen takes is fine there, isn't it? Apparently now queen b6 is okay for black. So A takes, A takes. What I was wondering about is rook takes, queen takes, and now queen b6 attacking the pawn. But now apparently rook e3. Look at that, lateral protection. Matt is still thinking about whether to capture that bishop. Oh, he's taking it. He's taking it with the rook. Let's go back. Matt has taken officially the bishop with the rook. Makes sense. And now the opponent has the chance to go for the bishop sacrifice, which is kind of a no-brainer. I mean, you have to go for this. Otherwise, you're simply down a pawn. This, I believe, is a no-brainer. Takes, takes, and queen takes. Your queen is active. The king is exposed. There's only one pawn around it. Like, as white, you have to go for this line. Yes. And he goes for it right away. King takes. And these moves are going to follow, so I'm just going to leave them on the board. Yes, the queen has taken. Good stuff. Now, this position, guys, is in the balance. This position is in the balance, but hear me out. Who's going to protect this king? I am a little bit scared for Matt here, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how he feels about the game. He probably has some deeper insights since he's thinking a lot about the game. We're only kind of jumping through this one and Anushka's one. But you know, there's always going to be checks and forks around this king. On this line, on this diagonal. And that's something that on every move from now on, Matt will have to take into account. And the way for him to create counterplay is first of all to play c6 to solidify here, and then probably to start moving these pawns here. The engine wants rook fu1 and b5, exactly. But this, you know, this takes some guts. You're creating a backwards pawn. You're allowing the rook to simply come in. Yeah, rook e5 is the best move here. This looks very scary. Queen d7. I'm following the engine's line. Rook b e1, creating a battery. Rook a f8. We're counter-creating a battery. But now can't the rook just... Pawn here is dropping. Is it not?